This Serenitea Pot design is a fishing town in the Poisson-Style. I've been meaning to make something like this for a long time now, and I think I mentioned it in one of my older videos, but my interest was reignited by one of you asking for it, so thank you for your suggestions. The first thing I did was go to the actual in-game Poisson and observe the flora so that I knew what to use without it looking out of place. As for the structural design, I made use of the metal platforms that come with the small Poisson buildings to make the initial stairway to access the design from the ground level, as well as those metal rectangular platforms to extend from there. I know those are classified as tables by Hoyoverse in the teapot menu, but honestly, there is no way in hell those are tables in any dimension or universe. I consider them platforms and used them as such. Fight me, Hoyo. Then we have the central piece, which is of course the fishing pond, which I wanted to surround by those Inazuman buildings to create a fake dock of sorts. I think it doesn't look too great, but it was the best choice of floor that wouldn't clash too much with the colors of the buildings, or at least that's what I thought. I also thought of using the metal platforms as flooring all throughout the design, but the load cost was just prohibitive, so I scrapped that, and I also thought of using the wooden platforms we got from Sumeru, the suspended pathways made of wood, but in the end the roof of the Inazuman buildings was much more cost effective for what I wanted to do. My favorite thing about this design are the big metal gates. Turns out when you float this metal gate, the structure continues underneath what is usually shown, which makes it an amazing asset. I think they really help framing the location when viewed from the entrance. And if I had to hate on my own design, I'd probably complain about the amount of boulders that I used. I know most people don't have them in big quantities, so I think it's kind of annoying that I had to use so many in this design. I would also comment on the fact that I used two different styles of seating and tables, and while it looks cute, it'd probably be best to stick to a single style for cohesion and to reduce the load cost, but I chose not to because I wanted a little bit of a difference in tone between certain areas of the design, such as the fish selling spot with the fontaine machine and the tallest building that looks like it belongs to the chief of the town. Overall, I'm super happy with what it looks like, but I also feel like I could have done so much better if I optimized the load a little bit more, but I am only human. Also, the time-lapse has so many floating mistakes in it that look bad, but that's the daily life of the teapot mains. There are many glitching mishaps in every design that you ever see online, and I wish we didn't have to use glitches for any of this, but yeah. That's how it is. I don't have many more words about the design. I think at this point you have your own opinion, which I'd love to hear about in the comments. Instead, I'm going to talk about what I've been playing outside of Genshin recently. So if you don't want to hear about my gaming habits, you can just skip this, I guess. Hades 2 released in early access a couple of weeks ago, and I've been having a blast with that game. I played the first game back in the day, and I loved it so much. I have always been a bit of a Greek mythology nerd, so playing the Hades games is a lot of serotonin for my brain. The gameplay is roguelike, which is a lot of fun always and forever for me. And many people cringe when I tell them, but I finished the first game several times playing with just the keyboard and the mouse, even though using a controller is highly recommended for this kind of game. But this time around, I decided it was time that I got an Xbox controller for my PC, and I have to say that I'm very happy with it. I won against Kronos twice already, but I feel like I'm either worse at Hades 2 than I was with the original Hades, or the game is just harder than the previous one. I'm not sure. So far, my favorite boons in Hades two are Hephaestus and Hestias. I'm really happy that they finally included the god of the forge because he wasn't in the first game. Anyways, enough rambling about that. I really hope the Navia fans are happy with this little design as a kind of Spina di Rosula base in their teapots. I really love making this. I think it looks so different from all the other fontaine architecture and I'm here for it. Anyways, that's all I've gotten for today. Maybe the video goes on for longer than this voiceover and I'm sorry if that's boring or disappointing, but I really don't have so much to say and yeah, but I hope to see you again next time.